Good evening. It is the 14th of June and this is my trade review for today. So today was FMOC day and we had some numbers this morning, PPI at 8:30 and I think oil at 10:30. So I was wary of the 8:30 PPI and we saw the numbers come in and it dropped down. So on the open, if I go to my Discord alerts, I identified a few areas on the SPY 437.80, 436.50, 44.28 and 44.20. So these numbers are the lines I've drawn up on here. So 44.20 was the area I was watching, that area there, and 44.28. And I was also watching the 4400 trade, which I've been watching for a few days. So this morning I was watching the 5-minute chart. In fact, I took the trade using my futures, but I'm watching the SPY chart this here. So I saw this first candle come in, and it looked bearish, and we had high volume as well. And I always ignore the volume on the open. Normally I'll give it until about 10 o'clock. So generally this area of volume I wouldn't pay much attention to. But so what I was really watching was a level, and the level was 36.50, which is, yeah, 36.50. And so this is the line I was watching, just the line I've drawn. So I saw the first bottom tail, and then I saw the second bottom tail come in, and that's usually a bullish sign of reversal. So I got in, my average price on the ES was around about there. It would have been 436.80 on SPY. But I'm going to go back to the MES and just go into the 2-minute, because that's a bit clearer. Oh, look at that, I'm looking at that area. It looks like the opening volume, but that's the FMOC volume. I was trying to work out why my numbers didn't match up. That looks better. So this is what I was looking at, this area here, and so same as the SPY, we had the bottom tail followed by another bottom tail. Again, I was ignoring the volume on this trade, so I was going by the levels, which I identified with this area here, and so I averaged in 2 contracts just here. I also wanted to go for a break and retest of 44.20, I think it was. 44.20. I don't think it was in my Discord, but I was watching for a break and retest, and in fact it was 44.28, this area here I was watching for. And reason for that is if we go back, you can see it was ranging between that area. So I had 2 trades I was looking for today, all long. My bias was long today. I was watching for a bounce off of 44.20 area, so 44.13, and it's only an area of interest when I put my levels up, so I'm looking at that area, and I was looking for a break and retest of 44.28, and that's exactly what I put in the Discord. Bring that down. So 44.28, that's what I was watching, this area here, and 44.20 was another area I was watching, and 4400 was a area I was watching, which I've been watching now for a few days. So the trade I took today was this one at the bottom here. So I had 2 contracts, and I wanted to implement ads into my play as well, which I've been doing this week successfully as well, and I'm glad to say today was a successful ad as well. So 1, 2 contracts about there. I held it through the VWAP, and my intention was this red candle I thought might have been looking to pull back, so I put a limit order just about there, but it didn't pull back on that candle. It carried on going. I kept the limit order in place, and then the actual first major pullback of that trend actually did trigger me in. So I had So I had 3 contracts altogether. My first out was this area here because it was going to be a possible rejection, and obviously in my notes I wanted it to be a break and retest. So I got out of a contract there, which left me with these 2 from earlier, and then I added again. My add was here. It was the retest of that level. So I'm back up to 3 contracts now, and I got out of my 3rd contract there, which means I had 2 contracts left, and I waited the 2 contracts, and then we saw this breakout. I got out of one there, and the other contract I sold it's about here, I think. I didn't want to lose what I had on the contract, and I was thinking about adding again similar at this area on the VWAP, but instead I just sat and watched it. The reason I wanted to add is because I was watching the volume here, and I saw this big volume bar for this rejection, and then I just watched a steady incline of volume coming up, and it would have been a good add, but it was too close to FMOC, and I just wanted to sit back and watch to see what's going on. I took another 2 trades actually during FMOC. One of them wasn't very good. It was a stop out, and I was watching the 4400 level, which is what I identified in the pre-market, this area here. And so I averaged in there, and I took another one there. And I was hoping for a bounce up, but what really happened, it stopped me out. So when it broke through this candle, I stopped out. It's about here, my stop. It's a bigger stop than I really wanted, because I wanted to keep it quite tight, but it was moving quite fast. So my loss was a bit more than what I'd normally lose, or what I wanted to lose. But then I watched, I waited, and I saw this area here come in, and I saw the double bottom tails. And again, the volume, I wasn't too sure about the volume, but it was a decline in volume. So I got in there, watched the volume decline, so I knew it didn't look too strong, and then I got in again here, and then I rode it up, and my out was, I wanted it to be today's opening candle, which was around here. So my out was just around here, so I took 1 contract there, and in fact I took both. I think I took 1 out on the VWAP as well. I had a bit of FOMO because I saw it then shoot up, and I was regretting my choice of not leaving a runner, but obviously then it just reversed, so it wasn't too bad. So basically today the market closed exactly where it started. Nothing ventured and nothing gained. Okay, so where's the market start? About there. Okay, so it's actually ended the day positive, so all this movement and not much gain out of it. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed my trade review. It's definitely helping me because I'm thinking about my trades out loud, saying it out loud as well, and I think it really benefits just making a log of your trade and talking about it, even if it's to yourself, to a camera. Anyway, have a great day, and I will speak to most of you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.